Hey folks, welcome to another edition of BrushPile Fishing. We are going east today, eastern Pennsylvania to Blue Marsh Lake. This is as far as we've traveled this direction, and I'll tell you what, you don't really hear a lot about crappie fishing in this region, but Mitch Metcalf, a guide that I met at one of our crappie seminars, he is going to put us on some big fish. He's been pre-fishing the last couple days, huge black crappie. I've never been here. You know I love going to New Lake. Blue Marsh Lake, I'm pumped and ready to go.
Many people look at a lake and feel a sense of calm serenity. Crappie fishermen feel the heart-pounding anticipation of the thump. That's why host Russ Bailey is addicted to crappie fishing. It's this addiction that takes Russ from the Midwest to the Deep South in search of the best lakes, techniques, and patterns from some of the best crappie anglers in the country. Right here on BrushPile Fishing.
Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing here on Blue Marsh Lake, Pennsylvania with Mitch Metcalf. Mitch, how we doing?
Doing very, very well.
Mitch and I met at one of our BrushPile media camps, and he was telling me he's mainly a bass guide in eastern Pennsylvania. And I've never even heard of some of the lakes. We got on a map and checked the area. I've never even heard of some of these, but you told me, Russ, there's some good crappie here.
That's right.
What are we going to do to target these fish, and what kind of lake is Blue Marsh?
So this is a reservoir made by the Army Corps. In '79, actually, they finished it. It's an 1,150 acre lake, a lot of creek arms, two major feeder creeks that come in, a lot of different current and points and pockets and big trees and old foundations down on the bottom. Really creates an interesting environment for fishing. Yeah.
What are we going to do today? What kind of techniques?
So we're going to be out, for the most part, throwing Popeye jig from Crappie Magnet, maybe some fin spin type of stuff, trying to locate some active schools of crappie. Then when we do find them, try to buckle down and maybe hone in on some isolated cover and try to catch the bigger crappie.
I know you said that not a lot of people crappie fish this lake, but I've seen some photos you've been posting on Facebook. It's like, I'm anxious to get here. We love fishing new lakes, and especially this part of Pennsylvania, you just don't hear a lot about it, so I'm ready.
Absolutely. No, we're very excited to have you here and really look forward to just showing you the lake and seeing what we come up with.
I'll tell you what, you ready to get started?
Absolutely.
I'm turning the reins of the boat to you, man. Let's go get them.
Let's go get them.
Here's the lake information, sponsored by Mossback Fish Habitat.
Hey, welcome back, folks. If you just joined us, just getting started this morning on Blue Marsh Lake here in Pennsylvania. Another lake I've never been to, Mitch, and I was excited about getting here, and then the scenery on the way was beautiful too.
The drive down the hill is always nice.
Yeah.
Especially when the leaves are changing.
And I'll be honest with you, until I talked to you and Rob Zorn, I didn't even know this lake was here, and then I saw some pictures you were posting. Man, you got some nice crappie here.
Absolutely. No, there's definitely some untapped potential here when it comes to catching the crappie, that's for sure. Yes, sir. And all this new habitat, I mean, they really, seems like they thrive now because of this stuff.
And on this habitat, you were telling me before we started rolling this morning, a lot of these are cubes that people have put in and then the state's matched?
Correct. So the Fish and Boat Commission of Pennsylvania have, sort of put together some programs and done some volunteer days where folks will come and help build these, fish crates just out of wood provided by donations in the state. And they've put all these nice habitat pieces in for all these fish to sort of have some structure to live on and some cover.
Yeah.
To hide in, gives the bait fish a place to hide. Let's see, they've really done a lot this year, recently, they put about, I think 300 something in here this year.
Nice. And this is only a, what you say, 1,100 acre
This is
lake?
1,150 acre lake.
Nice.
That's correct. Not a huge lake, but it is big enough that you can, you can't fish the whole thing in a day. You never really run out of places to go.
Your gear and conditions sponsored by Millertech Lithium.
So that's got to be, maybe if you drop it there, then we'll go just a little left of it, or do you want to go?
How far you want it out?
I mean, it's pretty much right there. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Then we'll try to stay just a little behind it. I just had a bite, actually. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then looks like there's some more off to the right of it too, so that's good. Hey, I think they like that. Yes, sir.
Did you get him? Smallie. You said we was going to get a smallie. The net?
No.
Check him out.
We can do that, no problem.
Smallmouth fishing here on the Crappie Show. Not real active, are they?
No, it doesn't seem that way. Now, I was getting a little chartreuse action yesterday when the sun popped out. Seems like as the sun pops out, any of these offshore fish tend to be a little more active anyway.
Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna set this.
Yes, sir.
Fish?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Good one, too. That's
Holy cow.
told you. Was I lying?
First one of the morning.
Was I lying or was I lying?
Oh, man. Look at that big old black. Goodness. First one of the morning. Wow.
Hey, now.
Nice fish. Pennsylvania crappie.
Popeye jig. Beautiful. Got another one. Yes, sir.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Sorry about the camera action, man.
That's all right. Now they're turning on.
It's just a little one, don't worry. Oh, good. I'm gonna just flip it.
Yep. I'm gonna switch back. Although I had to hit. While you're messing with your camera, I'm gonna do it again. Because I had that one hit.
That's how they should eat that jig right there.
Well, you can see that tree good now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is just absolutely beautiful. I tell you what, these rods cast really nice.
Yeah.
And the reel's very smooth. Oh, eat it. Yes, sir. But he came up. That one came up.
Nice.
Jeez.
Good fish.
Oh, man, look at the shoulders on that thing. So now that one he came up, I was just reeling steady.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it high. Oh, it looks like you are on the money. Come on, fish.
Just won't touch it. There we go.
I was just gonna, that's what I was
There we
saying. It
go.
looked like your retrieve was perfect. Oh my goodness.
You talk about
oh
a
my
light
goodness.
bite.
Oh my goodness. I got it. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, flipping.
You were right, man. That was
Yes,
just
sir.
a little tick. Hold still. Ouch, hold still. Now, folks, I want to talk about something here. Show you that fish. You know I love fishing my plastics, and we're just getting started this morning. We've actually hit a couple spots, marked a lot of fish. They weren't real active. We've moved here, and Mitch has caught a couple fish using this Popeye. I've had plastics where they have absolutely not touched it. I just put this on, and that little Popeye's a little tiny hair jig, not much to it. And that's what Mitch has caught his on. And as soon as I made the switch, boom, and the bite is still light, but they absolutely, for whatever reason, will not touch plastic right now. So another nice fish.
Cold front.
There we
Yes,
go.
sir, I got one too.
Double?
No,
This is good fish.
I got stuck. Yes, sir.
Good fish.
Yes, sir.
Come here. Oh my
Flip 'em.
gosh.
Yes, sir.
Now I got to ask you, Mitch.
Yes, sir.
Everything we've caught so far are blacks. Are there any white crappies in
Yes.
here?
Yep. And we're going to be doing that a little bit later today.
Folks, these are thick fish. That little Popeye jig.
Yeah.
That's all that thing is. They will not hit anything bigger right now. They don't want plastic. Oh, look how thick across the back these are. Goodness.
Shoulders on them.
In Pennsylvania, we ain't down south now. So folks, right now, I'm not a tournament angler, so I don't use my live scope like some of these guys do, chasing down single fish. All I'm using it for today, we're finding that log. Of course, Mitch knows where every brush pile in this lake is, but we're locating the log. I want to see if the fish are in it. Are they relating to it just outside? Are they above it? And then I'm just doing a countdown method and a slow retrieve. I don't want to stare at that screen all day. So I'm still using the live scope, but a lot of old school in this too, and that's what I enjoy.
Let's see what that one does. Jeez.
Just need some more line on that reel.
That is beautiful. Maybe that is the spot right there where you just landed. That's definitely the spot. Oh my God. I think they're actually sitting on this side of the tree for the most part, on the front side of the tree. There he is, yes sir.
Did you see how light
Wow,
that was?
was beautiful.
That was
looked
light,
so,
light.
Your touch was perfect. Oh my goodness.
Come here.
Oh my goodness.
He's only about 11-inch fish, folks. You know, and again, nice, thick crappie. I would never complain about these, but we've caught some absolute dandies today. But again, super light bite. It was almost, I can describe it as when we're walleye fishing on Erie. Sometimes it gets a little bit heavy and just set the hook. What a time we are having here today. Jeff Smith, thank you for that Popeye jig. We'll let him go.
There's one.
Got another one going.
Nah, he's not as good. We're good.
You know, Mitch, we were talking, this is a Army Corps lake, so there's no houses or docks or anything, so everything you guys are doing is structure either that you guys have put under or natural structure.
Correct.
So folks, if you're coming here to dock shoot, go somewhere else. There's a good
Yes,
fish.
sir. Beautiful fish.
That's a good fish.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
boy. Love the net for that one.
Yeah. Goodness.
If we can even do it.
There we go. My gosh, these black crappie are phenomenal here.
Oh, man. Yes, sir.
Come here. Pennsylvania, who'd have thunk it? Come
That's
here.
a beautiful fish.
Holy cow. And again, it's just wild because the bite is so light. Look at the belly on that
That's a
thing.
beautiful fish.
Look at there, folks. When we say hand size, oh my gosh. And I'm telling you, I honestly believe if I wouldn't went to the Popeye, I wouldn't have a bite yet.
You may be
That's-
right on that one. But that could be the cold front conditions.
Yeah.
And that's where making those adjustments does pay off.
Yep. The finesse bite is here. So Mitch, I know that primarily you're a bass guide, and don't do many crappie trips. Or have you thought about doing some of the crappie side more too?
So I think there's definitely an aspect of, you know, especially from an educational standpoint, how the fish behave. I think it's so important. And every bit of fishing for crappie can help with every other species as well. And I think, you know, you mentioned the walleye, doing a little walleye tick, and that's how they're biting it. You wouldn't know that unless you started fishing for other species. So I think to understand how all these fish behave really is beneficial to you in the long run. And you can make better decisions moving forward for anything. Doesn't matter, bass, crappie, striper, who cares? Ocean fishing.
Well, folks, you've seen the quality fish that we're getting today. If I lived anywhere close to here within a couple hours, I'd be here every single day.
No doubt.
These are quality fish for sure.
Boy, are they fun to catch too. Oh,
They kind of got that Dale Hollow look to them, don't they?
kinda
Man,
do,
oh man.
when we went there for that media camp, I was really impressed with how many similarities there were between Dale Hollow and here. You know, certain creek arms and stuff really reminded me of what this looks like, and how the fish set up on it too. You know, we don't have much for standing timber, but we do have these laydowns.
Yeah.
And if you find the right laydown where it's up off the bottom a little bit more, has some vertical stuff to it, then it seems like the crappie really like them.
Yeah.
But not all trees are created equal, that's for sure.
Folks, up to this point in the show, all the fish that you've seen have come off one laydown.
Yeah.
One laydown. And it's still loaded with fish.
Yeah, I don't think we'll run out of fish off this laydown, that's for sure.
But we are going to make a move. We want to, you know, Mitch talked earlier in the show about the cubes that they put in. So we want to see, we tried that this morning. They weren't real active there, but we're going to try that again today at some point too.
I'm a big fan of finding the oldest fish in the lake. And just being able to appreciate, you know, you guys talked before about having live scope and, you know, appreciating the fish that are in the lake and sort of understanding the genetics, and now that we're able to catch and specifically target these really big fish, to sort of appreciate that a little more and let them go.
Exactly.
And let them go back and reproduce, and those are the ones you want in the lake anyway.
You know, we've caught some 10-inch fish, 11-inch fish a day. Clean those.
Oh yeah.
You know, let them big ones go. Finicky bite means a slab bite and the bait pin. Give that a try. See if we can get them hold on just a little bit longer.
Sit right on the top of the crate. Come on, baby. I can't believe we didn't get cooked there. There we go. Eat it. Eat it.
They're not going to touch it.
There's that tree too. I can't believe that. Hey,
They don't want it.
I got him.
Ah, you got to be kidding. You was pulling that up. That's a nice fish.
Not the biggest one, but that's what
We have been on this cube for 15 minutes. It's loaded. Could not get them to bite. You were getting ready to pull up, wasn't you?
Yes, sir. Does that say 2 more casts?
Not a big one, but still, at least we got one off of here.
I want to bite. Pretty fish.
Now, Mitch, as far as limits, what kind of size and number limits do they have here?
So this is Blue Marsh Lake is a special regulations for panfish fishery. That means that 20 fish you can keep 9 inches or bigger, and that's it. And that's of any panfish species.
Okay.
Black, white crappie, and other sunnies and such.
20's plenty.
20
is plenty.
20 is plenty. That is right. And they've really done that just to try to encourage the numbers to go up a little
Right.
bit here. They've really had a pretty good effort of stocking fish in here, walleye, crappie, striper, that kind of stuff.
I'll
So
tell you what,
they really want to see more.
looking at the quality crappie here, they've done well on that.
Well, there's an abundant food source of the alewife shad here that they've really done a great job of putting those in here as well, and they have survived and they're thriving, and that is their primary food source here. We don't have any other types of bait fish other than sunnies and
Right.
small minnows and such, but the alewife is the primary food source here.
When you look at the balls of shad we've seen today, oh my goodness.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So Mitch, if someone wants to book a trip with you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
So I'd say, I mean, there's many outlets here, but Facebook, Instagram, donorthfishing.com, but my Facebook is Do North Fishing at Facebook, Instagram, Do North Fishing, and then you can also reach out via email, which is donorthguide@gmail.com.
Okay, so let me ask you this now. Do you have your service on the BrushPile app?
I do.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
there you go. So several ways to reach Mitch.
Yeah.
Crappie fisherman, you got to try this lake. I had never heard of it, and I'll tell you what, it's definitely making a believer out of me.
So one thing that I always do before I come out and actually go fishing is to use the boat and use the sonar that you have on the dash to cover some water and try to find productive areas that may have isolated cover that the fish can hang out around. Maybe there's bait nearby, maybe there's something actually happening in that area that deems it a productive area. When I'm looking for crappie, I'm looking for vertical cover, something that's sticking up off the bottom, something that they can all group up around. If I find that, I'm gonna wanna be able to mark it good on my sonar. That way it shows up on my map and I know exactly where I am, rather than relying on Navionics in like a community edit type of waypoint situation. Anytime I see something sticking up off the bottom, such as these two objects right here, they are casting a long shadow and they are sitting right on a big drop off. That is an important feature for fish to use and actually ambush their prey, much like crappie do. If I see something like this is a big stalled standing tree that we were fishing. They will set up on that in a vertical format. In order to mark that, I'm going to put my cursor right onto that tree and I'm going to hit waypoint so that it comes up. It says waypoint created at cursor. Save that. Then I can also go back through and there's a whole bunch of other cover there for these fish to use. So I'm going to also mark some of this stuff so that I know exactly where it is. So once I've marked all these waypoints and I bring up my map, now all of a sudden I have a better map than anybody else. I'm going to have all these objects marked right along the edge of the shoreline so that when I go out and go fishing, I know exactly where it is and I can pull my boat up right next to it, shut down, and go ahead and start fishing right off to the side there.
Folks, we just made a move off that laydown we were fishing. We hit one of those cubes, caught one, but it was tough to get that one to bite. So now we're back off some standing timber that's underwater. Actually some brush piles. See if we can pick up a few more before we call it a day here. But it has been a good day. Good number of fish and good quality fish.
And now, the BrushPile Gear Check.
Hey folks, thanks for joining me for today's BrushPile Gear Check. Talk about a simple rig. We were both using the 75th anniversary combo from B&M. It's a super light rod. You can feel everything, but it's got plenty of good backbone also. And we made a lot of casts today. This is light enough your arm's not going to get sore. As far as line, I think we had two different rods. We were using one with clear line 4-pound test, the other with high vis slime line 4-pound test. Now here was the key today, was this little Popeye jig. I started out with a regular crappie magnet. I went to a couple different body styles of the crappie magnet. Could not get the fish to hit it, okay? Mitch was talking earlier, I'm not sure if it'll make the final show, but they lowered the lake over a foot in the last 24 hours. These fish are super finicky. The only ones I could get on the plastic would just kind of tip it. Mitch was catching them on this Popeye jig. I went to the Popeye jig and automatically started catching it. Even then, the bite was super light, but going to something that small, 1/16 Popeye jig, made absolutely all the difference today. If we didn't have that on, I don't know that we would have caught very many fish at all. Something small makes the big difference, and that's today's BrushPile Gear Check. Dude, we're taking a couple off this tree.
I can't believe it.
catch one of those bigger jigs. Get him? Yes, sir. There's one. Not a hog. Still a good crappie. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's show. We're going to get off the water now. We're heading to Sport Fishing Outlet. Going to see my good buddy Rob Zorn, but I'll tell you what, it started out slow this morning. We searched a little bit. The bite was not real heavy, but man, the fish we caught, Mitch, that was awesome, man.
Beautiful fish, beautiful fish. Thank you so much for coming, seriously.
Hey, thanks for having us. And I'll tell you what, folks, Mitch and I was talking, you were talking about a lot of posts you see where they're saying this lake is dead. Oh my gosh, they need to get out here. Crappie fishing's phenomenal. Yes.
And just healthy. I mean, everything's just super healthy.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen a lot of spots today that I was checking out for the spring. Buddy, when the spawn starts and them fish move shallow, give me a call. We'll try some spring fishing.
Definitely looking forward to that.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Blue Marsh Lake here in Pennsylvania. Super, super time today. First time I've been here. Stay tuned, though, because we'll be back again with BrushPile Fishing.
Special thanks to B&M Pole Company, War Eagle Boats, Crappie Magnet, Slime Line Fishing Line, Cornfield Fishing Gear, Eye-Hole Jig, Easy Drift, Driftmaster, Offshore Tackle Company, Power Pole, Mossback Fish Habitat, Purpose Built Optics, Garmin, Stan's Slip Bobbers, Bob's Cycle Repair, Millertech Lithium, Sport Fishing Outlet, iBass 360, live the passion.